Hi everybody, welcome back to another edition of my vlog. Today I would like to talk about something that I've seen on various Facebook pages that are geared towards BBWs, and I'm sure it also occurs on other social networks and on BBW dating sites, whatever. And what I have noticed that has disturbed me, I've noticed this for quite a while, is that there are many, many women out there, many BBWs out there, single BBWs, who post pictures of themselves online that are very provocative, very revealing, very sexual, either posting pictures of themselves just wearing a bra, or maybe, just sort of covering themselves barely, like sort of semi-nude pictures of themselves, basically just showcasing their boobs, and just very revealing, provocative photos. Now, I understand how tough it is to be single. Believe me, I was single for many years. I did not particularly enjoy it, and God knows I made many of my own mistakes along the way in my search for a mate. And it took me a very long time to find a man who would honor me and respect me and love me and treat me well and be proud to be with me. It was a long search, and I encountered a lot of losers, and I made a lot of mistakes along the way. But I'm kind of glad that I wasn't, single at a time when the internet was such a huge explosion, because I might very well have resorted to doing the same thing, posting pictures of myself online in a very, very revealing way. Now, ladies, think about it. What kind of a guy do you think you're going to be attracting by posting pictures of yourself like this online? Do you think that you're going to attract a guy who is really worthy of a serious relationship? I mean, you're going to get attention, obviously. It's sex and, nudity are surefire ways to get a man's attention. And you're going to get a lot of responses. You're going to get instant responses by using this tactic. But like I said, I urge you to think about who you are attracting with this approach. You're going to be attracting guys who are opportunistic, who are users, who are just looking for a good time, who see you as, nobody particularly special, just somebody to have a good time with. Now, if that's all you're looking for, if all you're looking for is sex and a good time and just, fun, then keep doing what you're doing. Keep posting pictures of yourself like this, and, you're sure to keep attracting lots of attention. But if you are looking for a serious relationship, and I assume that most of you are, most women do want a serious relationship with a stand-up guy, with a good guy. You're not going to find him by doing this. You might catch his eye, you might get his attention, but how is he going to regard you? Really think about it. You're putting your picture up there for hundreds and thousands of other guys to see. Do you think he's going to value you? Do you think he's going to think of you as a precious commodity, as somebody special? I don't think so. Now, I know a lot of women resort to this kind of tactic out of desperation. They're very lonely. I can excuse a lot of younger BBWs, say maybe late teen, 20-something BBWs, who are just kind of maybe don't have as much life experience as older BBWs. But particularly when I see the older BBWs do this, like say 30s and up, it really makes me sad, because you really should know better. You should have figured that out by now, what kind of a guy you're going to be attracting by resorting to this kind of a tactic. Now, you also have to remember that we as BBWs, I know it's unfair, I know it's wrong, I know it sucks, I know it's bullshit, but we as BBWs are already judged harshly and negatively for the way that we look by the majority of people out there. So when you add to that, when you conduct yourself in this way, and you pose in these types of pictures, and put yourself out there this way, you're just adding to the negative, perception that you're going to get from the majority of people out there. I mean, you can be a wonderful, great, amazing person, obviously, but it doesn't come across when you're posing in a picture where you're half nude and saying something like, "Hey guys, how you doing?" as if it's like no big deal, putting your melons on display like they're, just you're in a market. And another thing is that most BBWs are not flat-chested. Most BBWs are quite well endowed, and most BBWs have beautiful, gorgeous boobs. So you also have to remember that you're just one of many. For every picture that you post up there, there's a dozen or more BBWs up there doing the same thing. So, you're casting a pretty wide net. It's really it's really not in your favor if you're looking for love, if you're looking for a serious relationship, if you're looking for somebody to respect you. It's really not a good idea to go about, attracting someone in this way. Yes, you're going to get attention. Yes, you're going to get lots of responses. But like I said, consider the quality of those responses. Consider the type of man you're going to be attracting. A lot of you may think, well, I'm increasing my odds of attracting, a large response from a large number of guys. Maybe there's one guy in there who's a decent guy. Maybe. But chances are, no, he's not. What you're really doing is you're just attracting a succession of the same guy over and over and over again. The same guy in a different body. And if you find yourself asking yourself, after an encounter with a guy, or like maybe some kind of cyber exchange with a guy, why does this keep happening to me? Why do all these guys turn out to be jerks? Why do these guys all turn out to be losers, and they just want to use me and then dump me and move on? Well, you have to consider, you put yourself out there if you put yourself out there in a sleazy, trashy, cheap way, you're going to be treated that way. That is what you're going to get. So I urge you, believe me, there are other ways to attract a mate than putting half-naked pictures of yourself on the internet. It might take you longer. It might be harder. I realize that, it's competitive out there. There's way more women than men in the world, and being a BBW makes it that much harder. I realize that. Believe me, I sympathize. I have been there. I know what you're all going through. But do not please reconsider. If you're putting your picture up there, take it down. Don't do it anymore. There are ways to showcase your beautiful breasts, your beautiful assets, in a classy way, in a way that you can maintain your self-respect and your dignity and your pride, and a way to catch the eye of a guy who will say, now there is a really classy lady. There is somebody I would like to get to know. She is beautiful. She carries herself really well. I would like to get to know her. So I urge you to, if you're one of these women who puts pictures up on the internet, please reconsider, because you're not going to get a relationship this way. The moral of the story for this week is, keep your clothes on if you want a relationship. I know it sounds ironic, like a dichotomy, but it is the truth. You're going to get a lot further if you keep your clothes on and you just showcase your beautiful personality, your beautiful self, your beautiful character, and you'll attract a guy who is worthy of you. Okay, so everybody, hope you have a fantastic week. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.